it is like a cancer, and it will spread if it's not treated. So Mr. Tate gave us some principles, some biblical guidance on how to get to the heart of forgiveness. In the last episode, I talked to you about ways to begin to forgive, because sometimes we just absolutely don't know how to forgive. As I bring this segment to a close, Mr. Tate will come back. Let's everybody thank Mr. Tate for being here today. He'll come back with his feisty self sometimes. But in closing, it's all about chances. How many times has someone passed that you know, and you had a grievance with them, and you guys didn't reconcile that grievance? Remember, forgiveness doesn't always mean that you're going to reconcile with the individual, but it does mean that you reconcile whatever that issue is that caused that grievance. And and somebody passed away, and you find yourself sitting at their funeral thinking, man, I hadn't talked to him in forever. I wish I would have done this. I wish I would have done that. So in closing, here's your inspirational message. Give someone a chance. Give them that second chance. Give them that 7 times 70 chance. I like the saying, I believe it goes, don't let the sun
go down on your wrath.
Can you say it again, honey?
Don't let the sun go down on your wrath.
And what does that mean?
That means that when you have a offense against somebody, don't let the day pass without giving them without you guys trying to work it out. Matter of fact, before you even, after you guys come to a disagreements or anything like that, you should ask them, once you see that you guys have a problem, you should try to work it out right then and there. And if not, say, hey, look, before we part, let's pray and ask God to intercede on this. And then once you do that, where 2 and 3 gather together in his name, he's going to be in the midst. And then you guys walk off from each other and take it up another day. Sometimes it won't even come back up. But don't go to bed, especially for you husbands and wives, or you guys that are in a relationship. If you guys are mad at each other, don't go to bed mad at each other and go to sleep, because you don't know if that person going to wake up. You don't know if you're going to wake up. And that's the worst feeling in the world, is for someone to pass on you and you don't have the opportunity to say, hey, I'm sorry, or what we were fighting about really didn't matter. It's a very terrible feeling. And can I have time to share one thing with you, if it's possible?
Sure, honey, go ahead.
Okay. One day we was in a prayer revival. I was running a prayer revival in our church, and we were praying. I was sitting on the side of my pastor, kneeling, and we was praying, and the phone rung, and God told me to tell my pastor to bind Satan. And instead of me saying that immediately, I said, huh? Like that. And right when I said, huh, our first lady came out from the back room and told my pastor, Ep3, that his brother-in-law died. And I was like, I knew it. I knew something was wrong. I said, God told me to tell you to bind Satan. I don't know if because of my slowfulness, or because I didn't tell my pastor to bind Satan, that it might have been he was in an accident, and he'd been all right, but yet and still he died. And that, I think about that often. So just to share that with you, do not let your son go down on your wrath. Do not allow God said, the day you hear my voice, harden not your heart. When he tells you to do something, find yourself doing it, and you will find your brand to be a brand that stands for something, that's integrity, that is uplifting, and you can sleep better and have more peace. But that's it. I'm gone. I got to go to bed. Hey, you guys, have a good day. I love you, dear.
I guess he dropping the mic. So in closing, I want to encourage you, give someone a chance. Give yourself a chance. Like he mentioned, if you need to rebrand your brand, do some re-imaging of your brand. But whatever you do, please, please become a forgiver. Let that become your passion, be your way of life. Thank you so much for listening today. I should call this Mr. Tate's Takeover because I believe he took over today. But I'm glad he was here. He's my number one fan, and I guess I'm trying to say is Mr. Tate, I love him. I'm his number one fan. Yeah. So you be inspired, be motivated, and be encouraged. Go get your forgiveness. Go give yourself and others a chance. And let's do this. Until the next time, take care.